Hey guys, it's your boy Quay, your boys back with another video. If you're new to my channel, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, turn on my post notifications so you guys can be notified when your boy posts another video. So today basically got Janet Jackson thinks Diddy faked his grief over Biggie's death, and Love Island Ace and Chelley split up. So we gotta see what's going on with this situation, y'all. Somebody put in the comment, if Janet say you're crooked, then you're as crooked. Oh, people stupid. I never want to hear about another Combs again, not tooth combs, hair combs, nothing. He definitely got them killed. Somebody put Diddy's mouth just be carelessly open. Janet felt Diddy's nasty energy behind Biggie's dead. Energy doesn't lie. So we gotta see what's going on with this situation, guys. I want to see like what's going on, how Janet feel about this, y'all. Y'all know Janet be quiet, and I'm just kind of like I just want to know what she had to say like about Diddy and stuff. Like I wonder if she watched the documentary and stuff. Like Janet be on a hush hush. Like that's what I see on when it comes down to like Janet and stuff. Like she don't even be on social media like that. So I want to hear what she had to say about like the documentary and stuff. If she even watched it and stuff. But we're gonna write to this video. Shout out to Impressive for providing this video for us. And y'all, let's get into this video, guys. Subscribe to the channel, y'all. We on the road to 3K subscribers. And y'all like this video for your boy, and appreciate y'all.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Impressive channel. Did you all know that Janet Jackson tried to avoid P. Diddy like a plague because she did not trust him? And for good reason. Now, I'm
You
sure
trying to holler at her or
seen
something?
P. Diddy's docuseries on Netflix called Sean Combs The Reckoning. That docuseries was wild, and it was interesting how they went into detail about his alleged involvement in Tupac and Biggie's deaths. In fact, it was said that P. Diddy was jealous of Tupac. He was also threatened by Pac's friendship with his artist Biggie Smalls. And Tupac always
I
believed
feel like he
that
was
Diddy
though.
orchestrated him
He was
getting
kind of jealous.
ambushed and
Well, I'm
shot
not gonna
up
say kinda.
at
He
the
was.
Quad Studios that night, where he was coincidentally about to meet up with Biggie. So, do you think Puffy was involved in the shooting? Only they can answer that question. I believe so. I do believe so. I have proved things that I can say that will back up my claim. Tupac getting shot was the catalyst to his infamous feud with Diddy and Biggie, which really intensified when they dropped diss tracks against each other, and Tupac signed with Suge Knight at Death Row Records, and it really started this whole East Coast, West Coast beef. And Diddy hired Crips to basically take out Tupac and Suge. Like, he allegedly put $1 million bounty on their head. And Tupac did end up
That's
getting gunned
crazy.
down and killed by some Crips. And 6 months later, Biggie Smalls was killed. And the only reason why Biggie was killed is because Diddy forced him to go to the West Coast knowing how dangerous it was. So essentially, Diddy led Biggie to his own death. But he put on this big show like he was so sad. He put on this huge funeral for him, which he allegedly had Biggie pay for. He also did a whole tribute to him at the MTV Awards, just shucking and jiving. He was just doing a lot. And Janet Jackson wasn't buying any of it.
Good. Well, what do you think about the fact that Puffy Combs seems to have merged from all of this murder as the producer of the day? Puff Daddy seems to have become the record producer of the day. It seems like he has a new video every week. Yeah, and you just kind of wonder because, I mean, he's like, you know, one of the ones left after all of this murder that's gone on in the gangster rap community. You know, sometimes I wonder. I was very cynical in the beginning, I must say. I was sitting back and say, okay, how much pain is there really in? It seems like he's taken this and ran with it. You know, like the death of Biggie. And there's a part of me that wondered if it was really real. You know what I mean? Because the videos seem to come out so quick. And yeah, it's like he's throwing them out one after the other. Being the sort of cynic that I can be, I wondered, and I'm sure like a lot of other people have wondered. And only he knows that, and God within his own heart. You know what I mean? I hope it is real. You know, and not using that to elevate himself.
Well, Diddy did Biggie's death to elevate himself.
Yeah, he
He
very much
destiny
did.
swapped with him, basically. After Biggie's death, he went from being in the background to being in the forefront, and he was working with everybody. Everybody wanted to work with him except Janet Jackson. Mr. Cash.
So every interview, Janet Jackson, Jimmy Jam, and Terry Lewis need to get up off a track. Throw a brother a track or something. No, I won't get in the studio with Janet. But I mentioned her name, and she didn't want to work with me. She ain't want none of the hits. So I gotta move on.
Yeah. Not that he's begging, but I do hear he keeps, and he has asked me a few times. I don't know if it ever will happen. I'm probably the only one who hasn't worked with him.
It was just a dream, a fantasy for me to one day work with Janet Jackson. Now I don't want to do it.
Now, one thing about Biggie
Now you don't want to do it.
persistent. He did not give up on trying to be around Janet Jackson in some way. He did eventually work with her on the remix to her song "Son of a Gun," and they did rub shoulders in the industry a few times, but Janet still limited his access to her.
Are you in touch with Janet?
Oh, no. No. But I mean, I know her.
Right.
I just never got a number for us to keep in touch.
Got it.
When Cassie's lawsuit against Diddy hit the news, Janet Jackson quickly deleted her photo she had with Diddy to show where she stood. Now, moving on,
I don't blame her, though,
talk about
honestly.
some updates in the Love Island world. The Love Island USA season 7
She probably still have her, like, her own
Chelley
belief if he had like
and
something to do with it and
Ace
stuff.
announced their split. Is this a surprise? No, it's not a surprise, because I'm gonna tell you this: a lot of these reality TV couples are not meant to last, and a good portion of them are fake too. A lot of them, especially on Love Island. We know that these couples get together because of the opportunities, the brand deals, and just the overall popularity they can get from being in a relationship. But it's very rare to find a couple that will actually stick it out.
I gotta
mean,
watch Love
everybody
Island. I
knows
just be seeing like clips and
Chanel,
stuff of it,
okay?
but it do
So,
look like
I'm
it's a
not
good show.
surprised to hear that Chelley and Ace split up. I did like them together. They were a cute couple, and it seemed like they had natural chemistry, but that wasn't going to be enough for them to stay together, especially since it didn't seem like they were truly invested. And in this particular situation, I kind of feel like Chelley and Ace are in two different stages in their lives. Ace is younger. He is like 22, 23, so he still is kind of coming into his own. I don't think he's ready to settle down just yet, and Chelley is 28. So I think that if she was looking for something more serious,
She look good
it's
for her
gonna
age. She
be
don't even
with
look 28 at
somebody
all.
like
She look young.
Ace. And also, I think that they're going their separate ways because they probably realize they don't need to be in a relationship to build their brands.
They look cute together,
so
though.
they just called it quits, and it is what it is.
Ace and I actually decided to part ways.
Wait,
Yes.
oh my god, did you announce that?
No.
Oh my god, Chelley, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
No, it's okay. Please don't. Like, it's
How
okay.
are you feeling?
I mean, it really was a tough decision, like,
Yeah,
for the both of us, and like, very hard to decide. But when you love someone, sometimes loving someone means letting go. So I think we just got to that decision.
And
that
Also
that
getting
was
to a
best.
part where, because you both have love for each other, you
Exactly.
ended before that ends. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it came from like a mutual level of respect.
A mutual level of respect and understanding that we wanted this to work, but sometimes things don't work. Couples go through things that are very challenging, and sometimes the best thing to do is just make a decision that needs to be made. So.
I have to imagine too, it must have been hard for you guys to come to this conclusion when there's a lot of eyes on you and a lot of people like being like, we love you guys together, blah, 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 blah. And you're like, okay, but we're going through, like, we're trying to be ourselves and the best that we can be.
Exactly.
How, like, were the conversations you both had with that?
We had a lot of conversation, and at the end of the day, it was just like a mutual agreement of like, this is for the best. And I've definitely thought about like, our supporters, our fans and stuff, but I'll trust that they'll understand that, this decision needed to be made if we were able to come to this mutual decision.
Right.
So,
like, obviously you want to keep some things private and to yourself,
Absolutely,
but
yeah.
for the fans who are hoping for a definitive answer of like, why did they break up? Like, what would you say? Like, what's kind of like the main reason?
Listen, a lot happens in relationships, and I just feel like people can understand that. I think out of respect for the both of us, like the details aren't really necessary. know, like I think we can be peaceful and just understand that, you know, we're good with being able to be on the same page. Like our relationship from the very beginning was an understanding of like our relationship isn't for the press, for the media or anything. Like it's because I truly love you and you truly love me. But, you know, challenges happen in relationships, and sometimes, like I said, like you want to just be able to say, you know what, let's leave it right here before you know it turns into something never needs to be. Like we can leave off on light and love, you know. We're put on this earth to like experience people, so who knows how long that experience could last. Like sometimes we want it to last a lifetime, and sometimes it's just like it's for that moment of time, you know. So it's like very grateful nonetheless. And at the end of the day, I wish Ace the best. And for myself, I'm like, okay, I just have to focus, healing, grow.
You're like, I wish the best for myself.
What's next? Yeah, I truly do, you know. So that's.
Now, Chelley is not saying the reason why they split up. I would like to know the reason why.
Me too. I would want to know like what's going on with that.
Like, I don't know what happened. We will find out sooner or later. But I'm just gonna assume that maybe they just didn't feel like forcing it anymore, just to stay together for the fans. Now, I will say it is very interesting to see how things turned out, because Ace was saying how some other couples in the villa were fake. You know, he alluded to Olandria and Nick being a PR couple, which if that is the case, then that's their business. At least they're on one accord about what the situation is. But yeah, Ace was out here putting their situation on blast. And when he did that, he got a lot of backlash, and he actually caused Chelley to get a lot of backlash. And I think it also affected Chelley's friendship with Olandria too. So Ace doing that interview and calling another couple fake didn't do them any favors. And look at what happened. He and Chelley didn't even make it past 6 months. And he and Chelley were supposed to be one of the quote-unquote genuine couples. And I think they did genuinely like each other. But like I said, these couples aren't meant to last. Like, you don't go on Love Island to find the love of your life. You go on there to get clout. That is it, okay? And so I could see Chelley moving up and up in her solo career. She might end up getting with
Well, it could possibly happen, you know. You never know.
I could definitely see that for her.
Cause I see like some people want to argue the one, they're like still together, even if there wasn't a match or anything, they're still together.
That is the end of the experiment, at least for now, because for all we know, these two might spin the block and come back together for some more publicity. I don't know. But anywho, tell me what you all think about this video down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you care. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Honestly, like I feel like what Janet did is right. Honestly, like sometimes you gotta, if you want to work with a person, you don't have to sit here and just give a person your number or give a person to where like they could contact you and stuff. Like talk to my team. That's it. Like that's how I would be like when it comes down to like Diddy and stuff. If you want to work with somebody or something, and especially if you know a person like is in like the streets and stuff, got the streets involved. They don't want to get into that. They don't want to have that jeopardize you know, their reputation in the limelight and stuff. So I can understand, you know, where Janet is coming from. Like, if you're gonna contact me through my team, and you want to do a song with me, contact me through the team. Like, don't come contact me directly. I don't want to have no contact with you. So I can understand, you know, where she's coming from. And I do feel like he had something going on with the Tupac and Biggie situation, especially for the Tupac situation. Cause I ain't gonna lie, that documentary was very good. If y'all never went check it out, y'all go check that out on Netflix, y'all. It was very good. I think it was called like The Reckoning. You know, executive produced by 50 Cent. Y'all, I ain't gonna lie, 50 Cent did his big one on that documentary. I watched that about 3 times, honestly. Like each part, I think like 4 episodes. I watched it 3 times, literally. Like that documentary was very awesome, and it was kind of crazy that he had like the behind the scenes of the thing that happened. I did voice my opinions on who did I believe and who I didn't believe on one of my videos. I think it was like a 50 Cent video that I did, so y'all go check that out. And I did voice my opinion, like, you know, how I feel about the situation. I might make another video about me basically, you know, addressing the whole documentary as a whole. I think I just talked about more so like Capricorn Clark, her testimony, Kalina Harper, her testimony, and Aubrey O'Day. I only spoke on 3 of that situation, those 3 girls' situations, but I didn't speak about everything that happened in the documentary. I think I might do another video. Y'all let me know if y'all want that. But make sure you guys like this video, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and join the gang. We on the road to 3K subscribers. As always, guys, I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. As always, be breezy, don't be easy. Yeah.
What can I say? Can you blame? She wanna be paid. Never stress, I'm blessed what I say. I don't care what nobody say. I am lit. What can I say? Yeah.